I actually am going to tell you how to go into the military, or for my case, the Air Force, and go and get the ASVAB taken. So when I went to take the ASVAB, before I had to take a pre-test, which is what you take at the Air Force recruiter, or whatever branch you're going to go into. So again, for the Air Force, they had me go in, and this was the first time I went in. They took their laptop, their military issued laptop, into a small room and had me sit down and take this test, which covers the 4 basic or main groups on the ASVAB that you'll be taking. And so it was arithmetic, math, word problems, and then they had word knowledge and paragraph comprehension were those 4 main topics. Each one is about 10 questions or so, and they time you on each one, so you're given so much time for the test, and they give you this time to take this test, and they want you to get above a 50 so they can see you as potential for them to recruit you and be able to pass the actual ASVAB and get on with the Air Force. So for my case, I took the ASVAB the first time at the recruiters and got about a 43, which I guess for them was good for the area that I live in, but for me that's really bad. And so they took that and they said, you know what, we're going to get you to take the ASVAB anyway, but you need to study. So what I did, which is what I looked online, was get an ASVAB for Dummies from Barnes & Noble's. It's literally the best book because it covers all of those, plus the electrical, mechanical parts, and science and other categories. And you get a idea of what you're going to be taking in the actual ASVAB, and it breaks it down, gives you a good explanation before each practice test that you take in this ASVAB book, and so you can get a sample of what it's like. And I would say it's fairly similar to what you'll be taking in the actual ASVAB, because you're also timed and you're working against the clock to get the right answers. You're given plenty of time. I was actually given more than I was about 3 hours, and I still had more time to take the ASVAB. You're given plenty of time to take it. So what they did was they had me go down recruiters. You had to bring your, for my case, marriage certificate, birth certificate for my wife, for my daughter, social security cards for both my wife and daughter, and I had to get IDs, my driver's license, and we had to bring that in a manila envelope and bring that and make sure I had that with me. So a shuttle bus came and picked me up about an hour later, waiting at the recruiters, and they had me go out to MEPS. So they had me go to MEPS to take the ASVAB, and again I sat down for about 3 hours, took the test. They had me put my backpack before I even went inside MEPS. They walk you through this line, and then you take your things, and I get my backpack, take it off, put it in this small room with these cubicles, and you put it inside there, and you keep your things in there, and they lock it up so nobody can mess with it. And again, before I had taken the ASVAB, I'd studied quite a bit, so I felt pretty prepared. But once that, I went ahead and went into this. They got me all situated, and they gave me everything that I needed to in order to take the test without getting in trouble or anything like that. So I went in and took the test, sat down. It was a small room, about the size of this room, a little bit bigger, honestly. It wasn't too big. So I sat down with all these other people who were in there taking the ASVAB for the other branches, like the Navy, the Army. One was taking for the Coast Guard, and we all took the test. And then what they did was called a one-night stop for me, where you go in and you take the ASVAB test. Then once you've finished, they give you your results instantly. Right after the test, they print it out, put your name on it, and then they give it to you in an envelope. And then you go outside, open up that envelope, read your scores for all the aptitudes, for mechanical, for general, for for each one. So then they basically let you know what you've got, so that way you can work with your job selection. And I went ahead and called my recruiter and told him what I got, because I was so excited and I was ready to let him know.